Okay, first two bolts have been mounted. I've attached my new ignition key lock, and you see it now happen. It's going back on the bike. First repair is going on. Two ignition locks, but no, they are not the same. Okay, so the cable loom was not the same as my original key, but luckily enough, the switch, the electrical part of the ignition lock is separable from the main mechanical part. So I can swap it now. So the old ignition switch is going back. This one onto the new ignition lock, or lock. How do you call this in English? I'm not sure. Okay, to be continued. So there we have it. A new ignition lock in place. Right now the lock is on, engaged if you like. So you cannot rotate the front end. Now you can. Lock is not engaged. Lock on. Seems to be fully operational. So it's now time to mount the handlebars and then remount everything here. But that will take some time because I want to clean everything. It's some 20 years of dirt and grime everywhere. I want to take all these connections, all these electrical connections, I'll take them loose, give them just a bit of WD-40, just for maintenance reasons. To be continued. And this is the first result of today. There's a new ignition switch lock in place, and it's working, and everything behind the streamline piece plastic has been cleaned for the first time in, I guess, some 20 years. I immediately cracked on with the next part of my job. I want to clean the piston. So I have now taken everything loose around the carburetor. That is the choke, of course the fuel tube, the gas slide, and of course the main clamp in the front and the clamp on the back. Next, I took all the bolts loose here on the top end. Also the spark plug is loose, and next these two little bolts came loose, and that lowered my engine onto this little jack stand there. So my next move now is to take off this plate over the ignition, get it off, and then next lift the cylinder head from the cylinder so that I can look and watch inside. I'm curious. You may, well, I am really curious, and I will explain the reasons behind this move in the next part. So there we have it. There's the piston, that's the cylinder head, and now I will talk a little bit on what I am intending to do. But let me first shut off the music. It seems that the music industry doesn't want you to listen to their music. I don't know why. These copyright falls are, for me at least, incomprehensible. But first let me introduce you to the problem I think I still have with my MZ. I have been boasting on her fuel economy lately. It's giving you numbers like 1 liter for 22 kilometers or even 25 kilometers. Well, those are all true, those numbers. But they do come at a price. I'm now going to charge my camera battery, because it's empty. Ooh, red signs. Okay, as I said, that fuel economy, of course, comes at a price. And the price I'm still paying is that she is slow. She's too slow. And currently my top speed is about 110, maybe 115 kilometers an hour, and that it's at least 15 kilometers an hour short of what she should deliver. Also, she's still vibrating, and if I try to push her, she's knocking. So all that seems to indicate that the engine is running either too low or too hot. And those two may of course be connected. An engine that is running too lean runs too hot usually. But there are a few other causes, possible causes, that I want to investigate. And the first one of course is the piston. A fouled piston, and mine is very, very dirty, as you see, of course will have a tendency to pre-ignite combusting petrol, and may have well, something to do with my problem with pre-ignition or detonation. So first of all I want to clean the piston, and I'm doing the absolutely wise thing to do. That will cool the piston a bit more, one. Secondly, that will take away glowing coal, which may ignite, as I said, combusting petrol. Secondly, I want to re-investigate the carburetor. As you know, I installed a new carburetor 1 year ago, and ever since she was very, very economical, but very, very slow as well. I will talk on that subject a little more in detail later on, when I have taken the carburetor off and have it on the bench. But that is the next move. I first will clean, of course. Third, there's another thing to do, to check, and that is my exhaust. I have read some articles on the replacement aftermarket exhaust systems, that they sometimes have less flow than the original factory exhaust does have. So a restrictive exhaust may of course also have a negative impact on the power at higher revs and speeds. Last but not least, I want to make some markings on my ignition system of where exactly my top dead center is. Currently I do not have a marking on the outside of the engine to find my top dead center. Nor do I have a marking that will indicate where exactly I should have a firing ignition. I will also talk on that thing later. First, now I'm going to clean the piston and the cylinder head, of course, until all the coal and all the grime is gone. So, see ya. And this is a shot I wanted you all to see. I guess I have now cleaned about 1/3 off. Everything that is loose here is coal. Coal that may ignite, pre-ignite, may be glowing, and coal that races. Oh damn, my English is, I'm losing my English. How do you like that? Hey, see ya.